All right? Call Allah and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. We taught, all right? What I said was all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. All right? And double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. We taught us this truth. Honors and salutations to Austin Siakim throughout the four corners of the earth, laboring in honesty, sincerity, and the sound doctrine. All right? I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I come out here week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of America according to the Bible. All right? Because contrary to popular belief of what you people believe, this place is going down, man. It already begun. You know? Our people is basically living in what? Some type of matrix, man. You feed your kids all this fast food and all that, not even knowing that you're in a famine, man. You know? You basically in a famine right now, but Shalom, my Yahweh Shalom, Rakatah. But you in a famine right now, man. And they that grew up in the hood, you know what a filler is. Stretch it with water. All right? But anyway, man, because I know the spirit is on the destruction of a ball, man, Babylon, you know? Because this place is basically done. Why? Because them crackers tell you how to dress, man. Esau, the so-called white man. All you are is computers being programmed by who? Esau, man. You know? You being programmed on the left-hand side when you're supposed to be programmed on the right-hand side, man. You got Russia making major moves to what? Destroy this place. But our people still want to hold on to Babylon, man. This place is done, man. There's nothing else here for our people, man. You know? So I'm going to start in the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16. I'm going to start at verse 1, and I'm going to go on down, man. Because the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua right now is destruction to this place. Because you've seen a whole lot of different moves, you know, through the spirit being made. Since we came into 2019, this has been a hell of a year, and it's just getting started. You only in February, and you saw a whole bunch of shit like you never saw before, man. You know? But this is our 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 1. It says, woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia, woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourselves with clothes of sack, Salaki with cloths of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. All right? So the destruction of America is at hand right now, man. All right? But it names those different places, okay? In the scripts, those different places, America patterns itself after. That's why if you go to the book of Daniel, chapter 12 and 1, it talks about the time of Jacob's trouble. You know? But you're going to see a time like it was never before. So the spirit is heavy on its destruction. I'm going to read that again. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 1. It says, woe, and woe means destruction. All right? But you can go into the book of Revelation, and it says the first woe is past, the second woe, but the third one coming quickly, roughly paraphrasing. So that's talking about World War I and World War II, which basically right now that wasn't that long ago. It means confusion. In the Hebrew, it's babal. So the land of confusion. organs chopped off, or they get them made where they can act like a basically line is done. Grab the script real quick. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, and I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, "Woe to the rebellious children, said Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that take counsel but not of me." So what's that saying to you? Our people like to go to the so-called, what you go to a school. Y'all don't know that y'all the greatest people on the face of this earth, man. You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, they confusing the face. But when you tell a brother that, they look at you like you crazy. They look at you like you strange. When you telling them the truth. Why? Because they trust him. Matter of fact, I'm gonna read that again, man. All right? And the boy just walked past and said, "I'm crazy." You goddamn says, "Woe to the rebellious children," which that's talking about you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Y'all rebellious children. Y'all rebellious children. Anything that the Bible says, you go against it. Anything that the scriptures say, you go against it. Why? Because you was programmed like that. And you don't even consider that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is your power. That's the only power to be feared, man. It says, "Woe to the rebellious children, said Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that take counsel but not of me, and that cover with the covering but not of my spirit, that they may add sin unto sin." And that's what you Negroes do, man. You add sin onto sin, because all y'all thinking about is wicked ass things, man. And whatever the so-called white man tells you to do, you know? Our people is wicked as hell and don't even care, man. You raise your children up in the same way of Babylon, the Babylonian traditions, and when a man comes out here and reads out the scriptures and tell you, you flag it like it's not true. When these is not my words, man. At the end of the day, I'm nobody. And that's real rap. I'm nobody. But I come out here and try to teach my people. But the scriptures tell you, whether you hear or whether you forbear, man. Whether you hear or whether you forbear, man. You're supposed to speak the truth and teach the truth. You know? First of all, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 2. It says that walk to go down into Egypt. And the word Egypt, that means bondage, man. All right? Our people are in bondage, and guess what? They love it. The women, though, you love getting your food stamps every month, man. You love getting the whip checks every month, man. Our people love that, man. When all you are is in captivity, and you thinking that you're not in captivity, why? Because you feel as though that you can move and go how you please. But you can't. At the end of the day, you can't move and go how you please, man. All right? It says, for Pharaoh, and trust in the shadow of Egypt. So, yo, our people, y'all trust the system that y'all in. If the economy was to collapse tomorrow, a lot of you niggas won't even know what you was going to do, man. The same way you was in that spirit back in ancient Egypt when we got taken, you know, in the first Exodus, when Yahweh Shem Yahushua led us out of captivity, You know? And then our people, they was like, yo, they wanted to go back in activity because they didn't know what they didn't know how to rule. So I'm waking up. But it's still attached. Verse 2, Isaiah 30 and 2. It says that walked to go to Egypt and have not asked in my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Like I said, now trusting in the shadow of Egypt, his mother up and told her that she was free. He woke up like, oh, I overslept. Because that's the mentality that our people are in. We're not used to being rulers. We used to be slaves, man. Kingdom of heaven, you have to have a rulership mentality, man. And our people right now, we have a slave mentality. And look at you like that. Scriptures start to come to pass. They coming to pass every day. You see it. All right? Yo, man, it's a lot. It's crazy. My camera keep on going. But it's cool, though, man. That's because the words of Yahweh Shema Shah coming out, man. But the same things that you trust in is going to be your downfall. All right? All right, it says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be ashamed. So the Pharaoh, the modern day Pharaoh, is what? Your president. The ones ruling the countries and all that. That's your modern day pharaohs or your kings. You know? Those are the ones calling the shots behind the scenes. And not even just that. A lot of them dudes is puppets, man. All of them. Alright? It says, therefore the strength of Pharaoh be ashamed and the trust in the shadow of Egypt, your confusion. Because yo, a lot of people, when they questions, but they have no answers. But the men of the Lord that come out on these highways and byways, they got the answers for you. Filtered through the scriptures, man. All right? Filtered through the scriptures. We still be crying out, man. You know, America backed out of that treaty that they had with that Ronald Reagan signed with Gorbachev. So the destruction of America is at hand. All right? The destruction of this country is at hand. But what our people want to do, they want to go and watch crazy ass shows, man. Wickedness, man. That's what y'all doing, but y'all ain't even asked what I'm already teaching you. And that's what's crazy. That's what's crazy. You see that, man? How people want to hop in the camera and do dumbass shit. You want to hop in the camera and do dumb shit, but guess what? You want to get your 15 minutes of fame that you're looking for, man. All right? You want to get your 15 minutes of fame that you're looking for through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, man. This is Habakkuk. Explain, plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth, Salakia, that he may run that readeth it. Y'all, I'm out reading these scriptures, but guess what? You don't hear it, man. Y'all worried about whatever type of party y'all was at, man. You know? Man, our people. Yo, that y'all brothers, man. You know? Well, look, that's how people is, man. They don't care about that, man. They mind, man. Both out their mind, but anyway, man. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. All right, so what's that vision? The vision is the destruction of America, man. While these niggas trying to fight each other, these Edomites got a plan while y'all fighting not lie. Go and wait for it because it will surely come. It will surely come. It will select it. No matter. But it's always a fucking jackass in the midst of the crowd, man, that want to be seen. You gonna be seen, you already being seen by Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. Because the Lord he got his eyes is everywhere, man. Everybody think it's a joke, man. Till that judgment comes. That judgment comes. It's funny. It's real funny. It's funny. When the Lord come and destroy your ass, that's gonna be funny, man. You know? Matter of fact, you're gonna get it. I'm tired of these niggas, man. Little smart mouth motherfuckers, man. You try to keep the composure and all that. These niggas split as hell, man. Salaki Bill, yeah. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and 21. It says, she crieth in the chief places of concourse, in the openings of the gate. In the city she uttereth her words, saying. Alright, so the she is talking about Sophia, man. And Sophia is what? That knowledge, man. Alright? But you supposed to treat this knowledge like you would treat a fine woman, man. Alright? Like niggas find a fine woman, they always want to hump on her, be around her. That's the way it's supposed to be with these scripts and all that. But you got people walking by scoffing and doing all that, man. Laughing at it. And that's the reason why I brought this scripture out. You know? Because you got the woman trying to come up against me, talking shit, and they little. They young women, man. They got more respect for the so-called white man than they have for their own people. And that's why we always want to fight each other and all that. But when Esau come around, you niggas straighten up. But guess what? For all that, it's a reward coming for you, man. And that reward is not going to like, because you got two types of rewards. You get rewarded for everything you do in this society and this life, man. Whether it be good or whether it be evil, man. But 2/3 of our people gonna see that destruction. The cup you wasn't. Back in Proverbs chapter 1 and 26, it says she clapped in the chief place of concourse and the openings of the gates. In the city she uttered her words, saying, how long, ye sinful ones, will ye love simplicity? learning, and fools hate knowledge, man. So anybody laughing at this Bible, mocking it, scoffing at it, thinking it's a joke, you hate knowledge, man. Because that's all the scriptures is about. It's perfect knowledge, balance, and all that. They say fools hate knowledge, man. And a lot of our people are foolish.
Well, my foolish.
Nah, you alright, man. But a lot of our people are foolish, man. You don't want to listen to reason. You don't want to listen to rationalization. What makes sense. Anything Esau say, that's what y'all believe, man. Esau told y'all to celebrate Valentine's Day. What you do, you celebrate it. He tell you women how to dress, what to eat, what to drink and all that. You do it. Our people are programmed, man. You don't think for yourselves. Let alone pick up the scriptures and read it. Which it tells you the way you're supposed to conduct yourself. The integrity you're supposed to have. But everything's a goddamn joke to these people, man. Everything. It's one big ass joke. Anyway, it says, I'm gonna read that again, man. All right? Proverbs chapter 1 and 22. It says, how long ye simple ones will ye love simplicity, and scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. It says, turn at my reproof, behold, I will pour my spirit unto you, I will make known my words unto you. So, yo, that's why you gotta turn back to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, and he's gonna make his words known unto you. But our people, they don't want to hear the words of knowledge, man. They want to hear the words of what the so-called white man tells you. He calls you niggas. He calls you African Americans. And yo, it's 2019, and you still believe them lies, man. You still believe them lies. Walking around celebrating Roman traditions, doing what the Romans do, man. Celebrating Babylonian customs. Anything Babylon do, you for it. But when the scriptures go against it, you not with that, man. That's why the Lord gonna come back and destroy this place. And whoever don't take heed to the words that come out of this Bible, you going to suffer destruction. Verse 24 says, because I have called and ye refused. Because I have called and ye refused. Because I have called and ye refused. How the Lord calling right now, man? Through his men coming out here teaching his people. Which our people turn to deaf ear to. They think it's all fun and games, man. This is real life right here, man. You got bodies being washed up on shore down there in Hawaii. The ones that was put in the FEMA camps. But niggas still trusting this system. You look up the debt clock and see how that money is constantly losing it's depreciating, for lack of better terms, man. This money is steady going down, man.
They borrowed one from one of the
It says, because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched my hand and no man regarded. So how to look? Right now. You got a man reading the scriptures to you. Telling you the truth. And not just me, the hell with me. You got brothers on all four corners of the earth doing that, man. Brothers on all four corners of the earth, sitting there telling you the truth with the banner and everything. You just walk past, look at it, and keep it moving. Alright? And the reason why I brought this out for that, because that little girl earlier laughed at it. She thought it was a game, she thought it was funny. It says, this is Proverbs chapter 1 and 26. It says, I also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. So the Lord saying the same way that you laughing at his words right now, when all this hell break loose in this place, he gonna laugh at you, man. Because you got things going on over there in what? India, Saudi Arabia, all these different places. Natural disasters. And the people are going crazy. They're like, damn, how this happened? What's going on? We need answers. The Lord giving you all the answers right now, man. He said, I stretched out my hand and no man regarded. It says, I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, man. So your high boss in your shop gonna laugh at all that. The same way you right now, you thinking everything cool and all that. Yo, the government could be on some shit like, yo, we gonna declare martial law, we gonna bomb this place in a state of emergency. And niggas walking up and down the street right now, they ain't gonna have no goddamn clue what's going on when they come start rounding you up, man. The same way they did over there in Los Angeles, man. They had military drills. Out the clear blue ain't war nobody. They probably told them, but them niggas was too busy doing what they do, stuck in that system and stuck in that matrix, man. You know? Stuck in that. Matter of fact, all right, this is the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, but other times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. So, yo, the brothers that be on the scriptures and being the watchmen, that's talking about the men on the highways and byways that's coming out here warning the people, man. Warning y'all what's to come. And look how many people walking past here, not even listening. Don't even give it a second thought about what's being said. But once everything start happening, then they gonna wish that they had listened, man. You know? Our boss in our shop, so cometh as a thief in the night. Alright? So it's gonna come as a thief in the night. And yo, and them Edomites that's in high places, they sitting there letting you know what's going on, man. They telling you. But our people so busy watching goddamn basketball games. But just know, it's no sin in that. But that's what you make your main concern, man. Which is shouldn't. Why? Because you turn a deaf ear to what? The scriptures. Like the scriptures say, you want smooth things to be spoken unto you. You want deceits to be prophesied to you. Told us to hit the highways. It says, anyway, man, these niggas is fucking dumb. Verse 3 says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child. Trump steady telling you that all the deals that he made with all these foreign countries and all that, he's saying that that shit is cool. Like they making progress when they really not. All hell is about to break loose in America, man. Salaki. This camera keep going down, man. But it ain't gonna stop nothing. The word goes. But this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 8. It says, now go write it before them in a table and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever, man. So, yo, you said it said write it in a book. What's that book? The scripture. Five people that always like to say that the Bible's been tampered with and all that. This right here lets you know, man, he told you to write it in a book. And that book is the Bible, which has all type of prophecies and everything that's going on right now.
Go ahead, talk to us.
They just had a little accident and shit. Yo, man, Satan out here heavy tonight, man. As he always is on a Saturday night. But it says, now go write it before them in the table. It says, now go write it before them in the table and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come and forever and ever. So, yo, this Bible tells you everything from the beginning to the end, man. It's all in the scriptures, man. Which our people don't want to hear, man. It says forever and ever, man. It says forever and ever, man. So everything that's in this book is the truth. All right, verse 9 said that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. And guess what? Our people not hearing this law, man. And you see how many people walk past up and down the street in the camera and all that? Not one came to ask anything. But they all being marked with that spiritual mark. You know? They being marked for what? Marked for death. Like that Steven Seagal movie. When he said marked for death and all that, man. Our people just want to ride by looking all good and all that shit.
Right now, right this instant. Right this instant. What happened? What happened?
But this is Isaiah. This is Isaiah chapter 30 and 10. It says, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speaking to us smooth things, prophesy deceit. And yo, that's what Israel wants, man. If I was out here telling you a bunch of lies, telling you how to make a whole bunch of money and tell you you're going to prosper, yo, this whole place would be black right now. Or some Joel Osteen shit. But when you come out here and start speaking against the ways of this world and all that, people don't want to hear that, man. You know? Like I had a dude tell me on Facebook not too long ago. He was like, yo, bro, you gotta chill. You can't cram your beliefs down nobody's throat. And right now our people are what? They're forbearing.
I'm careful.
All right, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, verse 19. Blessings and curses, therefore choose to the time. All right, and about whatever Esau gives to you, going all the way down to it's all death, man. Everything in this place is vanity, is death. But he wants you to choose life. Any father don't want their child to die, man. Any father through harsh times. But if you disrespect your father, you're gonna be punished, man. The same way being punished right now. You think Yahweh Shemi Shai is happy about this, man? He's not. Matter of fact, I'm gonna switch speeds. I'm getting tired of these scoffers, man.
Oh, you do more Thai right now?
Coming out here scoffing, laughing. Like this shit's a fucking joke. You know? Matter of fact, fucking scoffers. I'm gonna hop into these end time prophecies. Because I was watching the apostles before I came to camp. And guess what? They on the whole, everybody basically is on the destruction of Babel, man, Babylon. Alright? If you're not condemning this place, teaching the destruction of this place, then what are you doing? This is 2 Timothy chapter 3, starting at verse 1. It says, this know also that in the last days, perilous time, Kalipos, hard to do, to take, to approach, hard to bear, troublesome, dangerous, harsh, fear is savage. So, yo, you coming into the time of those harsh times, man. Whether you believe it or not, it really don't matter. But just know that it's coming. All right? This is the book of 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. It says, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own souls, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, man. So, yo, you got that going on right now. You know? It's so bad. You got niggas out here taking selfies, poking their lips out like women, man. That's fucking retarded, man. So these perilous times, these hard times are coming. You see what's going on down there in Venezuela, where they just had some violence break out, and a couple people got killed at the border. Why do you think Donald Trump is so heavy on his border patrol? He's heavy on that border patrol because he knows what's coming, and that's an agenda that the elite of this society have planned. But you got niggas out here still worried about small petty things, man. That's all vain, that's all vanity any fucking way. I'm gonna read that again. This is 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 2. It says, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous. All right? And the word covetous is loving money. Because that's all niggas do, man. Like my elder at DTA be like, money, clothes, hoes, that's all a nigga knows. On that's what Biggie said, you know? But that's all niggas really think about. They wake up, yo, I gotta grind. You can't take none of those things with you. Go back into the spirit world. Okay? It says, all right, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, and what niggas like to do? They hop on Facebook, Instagram, posting pictures of their guns. You look like a fucking clown, man. Facebook and Instagram put together, do their initials, FBI, and they all watching, waiting for you niggas to slip up. Cause yo, them Edomites, they know these scriptures too. They know in the end time, when which we at. We at the end of the end times right now, man. And it shows itself in the shows. You got motherfuckers always in the goddamn mirror and shit, looking at themselves, trying to groom themselves, man. It says, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. It says, without natural affection, truce breakers, false. So our people hate the men that come out here and teach the truth. Why? Because the truth is not in you. You want to do whatever the hell you want to do, man. You want to do whatever the hell you want to do and think you're going to get away with it, man. You a truce breaker because back there in Mount Sinai, we made a truce with who? Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, and told him that we was going to follow his laws, statutes, and commandments. But ain't nobody doing that right now. There's a goddamn truce breaker. And the only ones that's doing that says trainers, heady, to fall forward, headlong, sloping, example, not giving a fuck. Just do a whole bunch of reckless nonsense, man. Traders, because how did you trade? You traded on Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua by going to worship other gods that are no gods. Because it tell you the gods of this world are no gods. They have no power, man. They have eyes but can't see. They have ears but can't hear. They have mouths but can't speak. There's only one living true power, and that's Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, man. Yahweh being the Father, Yahushua being the Son. But you can go in the Apocalypse. Everybody, camera. You going to be that's heady. And look what these people, a core example, a form of goodness, but denying the power thereof from such turn away. Like our people, they know certain things ain't right. All right? They know certain things ain't right, but they still want to do wicked shit. They know adultery is wrong, but they still want to go out and commit adultery, man. Sleeping with other men's wives. So, it's a crazy act. You know? It says, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof from such turn away, man. So they deny who? Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, man. The one that created us. They deny him, man. You going which I will put in thy mouth. Say if Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, said earlier, about I believe it was a Habakkuk. Let's say you put it plain upon tables. You know, the vision and all this for a point of time and all that. That's who Yahweh people are. Those who to speak to, a specific person. He ain't saying to speak to all these people and tell them that everything will happen. But what he did say, he told you to prophesy, man. So I will put in thy mouth, if Yahweh for the 2/3 of they try to give you with a vaccine or their genetics was going to react. So nothing but what? It says, fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity. Before I was on my way to camp, I was on a bus. And I was talking with that set of group of Israelites that was speaking against. They was telling crackers that they was going into slavery and all that. So they was right about that. You know what I'm saying? They was right about that. You know. Oh, now then it made headlines, CNN and all that. So I believe that those dudes was really set up by the government so that they can further try to push, try to come at us, man. It's a punishment. That's why people walking around the way they do. Our people don't know how to be rulers. You come from a nation of kings, princes, rulers, and prophets. That's where you come from. But right now we're on the bottom. And when you tell your people that, they don't want to hear it. They think you're crazy. But it's coming a time when we're going to be back on top. It's coming a time when you're going to be back on top. I promise you that, brother.
Fuck on, yo.
It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, and verse 5. It says, behold, saith Yahweh Shem Shai, I will bring plagues upon the world. The sword, famine, death, and destruction. So that's what's coming to this place. The sword, famine, death, and destruction. And right now we in a famine. And people still don't believe that. The food that you're eating is really not real food, man. The only people eating real food is the elites of this society right now. That's the only people eating real food. They serve our people GMOs, all types of steroids in your food. That's why the women, the little girls are growing up faster now, man. They developing faster because of steroids that's in the food. Real shit. They're not serving y'all real food out here. And they call us bottom feeders, man. Why? Because they feed y'all the bottom of the barrel. The same way they did back in slavery times. What they... Our people, man. But it says, behold, saith Yahweh Shem Shai, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth. And there, so it says wickedness. I'm gonna read that again. It says, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, man. So how did this wickedness go about the whole earth? Once again, you say Job 9:24. The earth was given into the hands of the wicked. So everything that they imagine and all that vain shit they do, they put it on the whole earth, man. That's why you got over there in Jerusalem now, they have gay pride parades and all that. The LGBT XYQZ community, you know, they stand behind that. They polluting the earth. Which everything on this earth is a living, breathing thing, man. Everything on the earth is living and breathing, man. But Esau, he pollutes everything. That's why he's known as the waster. It said his seed is spoiled, man. Matter of fact, let me grab it. You know? This is the book of Jeremiah. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49 and 10. It says, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled. Alright? So, yo, that's the problem. One was his seed is spoiled. But, yo, let's read that again. It says, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49 and 10. It says, but I have made Esau bare. All right? So you get the word bare to strip off, lay bare, make bare, draw out, man. So like you got a person with clothes on, you strip them, you show what they call it, his shame, his nakedness. That's what we out here doing to the so-called white man, Esau. Them devils, man, because everything he has. And yo, it's so crazy because like you can tell a person that all these things are going on and they still don't want to believe you, man. You know? They still don't want to believe you. That's why I brought that scripture out earlier when it told you that they want us to prophesy smooth things to them. Speak deceits. You're supposed to speak against this place, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna grab that too. But it says, this is Jeremiah 49 and 10. It says, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places. And yo, Esau, they like to take counsel in secret places. That's why you got what? You got the Bohemian Grove. You know? Which all those things are being revealed now, man. They've been being revealed. But before, years ago, the Illuminati and all that shit, that was some secret shit that niggas ain't know about. Like you had to know somebody that knew somebody that knew somebody, man. And for people that sell out to them, like that's crazy. Like you had this nigga, Martin Luther King, Martin Lucifer King, all right? That nigga was a fucking Freemason. He was down with their agenda, man. But then he at the end of his run, he started to get a conscience and all that, man. He started to get a conscience because he knew what he was doing was wrong, and the spirit hopped on him to start saying certain things, and they killed that nigga, man. Because when you get into those things, you vow in the vow of secrecy. That's why they always got their mouth covered and doing that shit and all that crazy shit, man. But it ain't no more secrets. Why? Because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is unveiling all this. And if you're not listening and paying attention, guess what? You're going to be left in the dust, man. You're going to burn with this place, man. All right, it says, but I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is for you, and his brethren, his neighbors, and Salafi, and his brethren, and his neighbors are he, and he is not. You know, so Esau's seed is spoiled. Get the word spoiled right there. It's Shaddad. Shaddad. To deal violently with, despoil, devastate, ruin, destroy. Spoil you. To violently destroy. So, yo, Esau's seed is spoiled. Alright? So guess what? What's coming to Esau? Destruction. Matter of fact, grab the book of Obadiah. The book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 18. It says, and the house of Jacob shall be as a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua has spoken it. So that's going to be that spoil, that destruction, that devastation. All right? The Lord going to destroy them, man. They already destroyed. And they cause them the wasters, man. Because whatever restaurant, and they own all these restaurants, everything. And at the end of the day, when it's time to close up, they don't give that food to the homeless or the poor or the oppressed. They throw it the fuck out. They throw it out, man. That's being a waster. That's why the scriptures talk about Esau as being a waster. But everything that he does, man, like I was watching the brother video, and he said Esau is guilty as charged, man. You know? The ultimate judge is who? Yahweh, man. He sits in the judge's seat, if you will, to put it in perspective of the way that you know now, man. Yahweh sits in the judge's seat. Yahweh Shah is what? The lawyer. And he pleaded his case. You know? But switching speeds, getting back, you know, to Esau, but you know they gonna be destroyed. As a matter of fact, it's another way that Esau is gonna be destroyed. You're gonna have race riots coming. All right. So this is Zechariah chapter 14, verse 13. It says, "And it shall come to pass in that day that a great tumult from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua shall be among them." All right, let's get that word tumult, which is confusion. All right, and you got a confusion of faces. So you got people, all right, speaking of these race wars, you got people that's Yasharala but look like another nation. So that's going to be a confusion because you're going to be like, yo, I'm riding on this cracker and all that. And that might be your brother, man. But it's all according to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, how he wants things to go down. This ain't up to us, man. It says, "And it shall come to pass in that day that a great tumult from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua shall be among them, and they shall lay hold every one on the hand of his neighbor." All right? So look at the word neighbor, friend, companion, fellow, another person. All right? So these niggas gonna want to put hands on each other, man. It's going to get that real out here. But you tell these people this stuff now, they don't believe it. They think they safe. You know? They think no hurt, harm, or danger is going to come to America. All the wickedness that America has done, you think it's no judgment for that? Common sense will tell you, you reap what you sow. So look at all the bad seeds that America has sowed. There's consequences for that. All right? It says, "And it shall come to pass in that day that a great tumult from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua shall be among them, and they shall lay hold every one on the hand of his neighbor, and his hand shall rise up against the hand of his neighbor." So, yo, that's talking about race wars, man. Everybody's gonna be every man for himself, all out mayhem, man. And that's another way Esau gonna be destroyed. And that's why Yahweh Shem Yahushua, right now, But that's why Yahweh Shem Yahushua setting these things up. Because you're gonna have 2/3 of our people, a lot of them gonna die in the race war, Like, matter of fact, I remember when I watched that show, Blue Bloods, man. And there was one episode when they had the dude Tretch on there, and he was some type of gangster, whatever, with his crew. And then you had the Edomite crew, and they was like on some town watch shit, and they was living in Brooklyn in the hood and all that, And they showed you how it was going to go down, because they was like, yo, they're savages, them niggas is crazy and all that. And they both rose up against each other, And at the end of the day, they both, all of them got killed, man. They both laying out there next to each other. These things are coming to America, man. Because y'all people sit here and think you live in hog, so to speak, hog or hog, which a hog is a goddamn the despicable animal. It's an abomination for you to eat that shit. But y'all think y'all living it up. And you're really not living it up. The Lord doing stuff right in front of you people's faces. And you don't even dig it, man. All right? Matter of fact, we're going to grab, this is a banger. Matthew 24:6. Because we right here too, man. Matter of fact, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 24:4. It says, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. And guess what? A lot of our people, not even just a lot of you people out here deceived, man. Because you believe the lies that come out of Esau's mouth. And Esau tells you straight up the things that he's doing, and you still don't believe that shit. So you still deceived, man. You got all these babies going missing and all that. Every year, a certain amount of babies go missing, and they telling you that we putting these babies, these dead babies, in your goddamn in your burgers and all that. And you still go eat fast food and all that shit. He telling you that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is coming back, and you still don't believe that, man. So you being deceived. But as the scripture says, the deceiver and the deceiver are his, man. He holds both of them, because it's a balance with everything that Yahweh Shem Yahushua does, man. It's a balance. But anyway, it says, Matthew 24:6. It says, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And you got that going on right now with different camps, different philosophies. They telling you, I'm a man of the Lord. I'm speaking his truth. And the most ones that get deceived are the women, man. This nigga, man. Jake is done, man. You overcooked. Nigga walking around with theme music on him and shit. Go, bro. Matter of fact. It says, verse 6 says, it says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So, you hearing about those things right now, the wars and the rumors of wars, man. You got Putin just made He came out of America, basically said, if y'all want war, we can have it. Those are things that are going on in the world. I wish this tax season right now is about to be fucking destroyed, man. You know? I'm going to read that again. Matthew 24:6. It says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. It says, see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So, yo, you got the hopeful elect, the ones that see it and hearing these things. Yo, we applauding this. We want these things to come. Because that's one more step closer to salvation. One more step closer to the kingdom. Getting out of this fucking hellhole, man. That's how people love to be in so much. It says, verse 4, Salakia, verse 7 says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. So you starting to see these things happen now. Russia going at it with America. North Korea going at it with America. All these different countries are going at each other. That's where your World War III going to pop off, man. So you in the middle of World War III, man. Just the beginning of it. It ain't started yet. She laughing. But watch when that day comes. You know what I'm saying? Like Yahweh and these people are, they think everything's a goddamn joke. They think you have enemies. And that's the mercy. But what y'all did all out here to tell you the truth, to try to save your asses, man. How much mercy the Lord, he first death. The second death is going to be about. But you don't think it's possible. You living in the last of the last days, man. We got the apostles and elders out there fucking. And you still think it's a joke, man. It says, all these are the beginning of sorrows. So, yo, right now, this is the beginning of Jacob's trouble. It started. Jacob's trouble was. You about to see times of them, man. You know? You about to see times like no other. It says all these are the beginning of sorrows. Then for you up, ye shall be hated of all my name's sake. And that's real shit. Because what they starting to do, the men that come out here on the highways and byways that speak against this sinful and wicked nation, since our people don't want to hear it, they going to be like, yo, where the niggas at that was on the corner reading the Bible? They going to be like, yo, that nigga right there, bro. He right there. Your own motherfucking mama turn you in, man, for speaking the truth. The same way they turn Yahweh Shai in, who you call Jesus Christ, and that's not his name. His name Yahweh Shai. They turn him in to be delivered on that cross, man. Because he was speaking the truth. The world hates truth. It's truth in here, but the people don't believe it. They rather listen to lies, man. Our people rather be lied to than told the truth. Matter of fact, there's going to come a time where you ain't going to be able to hear these words no more. Man, that shit stink. It's coming a time where you ain't going to be able to hear the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and you going to want to hear them. Because once these things start happening that we telling you about, that's when you going to take heed. But it's going to be too late. The same way that happened back in Noah's time. Niggas, it was going to rain to the point where it's going to be a flood. And Noah built a fucking ship on dry land. So he looked crazy, man. The same way we look crazy right now, telling you that I'm destroy you. Then you go and watch the missiles start coming, man. But this is the book of Amos, chapter 8 and 11. It says, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread nor thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. So he's going to send a famine. You ain't going to be able to go to your pastor and ask him, what's going on, brother? You ain't going to be able to go to your pastor and ask him to break down those scriptures to you. Why? Because they don't know. You know what I'm saying? They don't got the breakdown of these scriptures, man. Why? Because they follow a certain agenda. They follow a certain agenda, man. And that agenda that they follow is that prosperity doctrine. Ain't no prosper, man. America is part of this rulership. The same way said Rome wasn't built in a day, America wasn't built in a day. But in 1 hour, once the destruction happens, in 1 hour, America going to go, man. Verse 12 says, and they shall wander from sea to sea. So from person to person, they're going to be going like, yo, bro, you know this scripture, you got the breakdown on this. Yo, what's going on? But you got the time right now while the doors of repentance grace is open. But them doors are closed. Same way them doors close on that ark, man. But right now we building a spiritual ark. That's why the Lord got his men out here. Sealing the elect. They wander from sea to sea and from north even to the east. It says they shall run to and fro. Where you going to want to hear the words of the Most High and can't hear them, you know? About, bro. High out of his fucking mind, man. Yeah, I'm just lost my train of thought, but I know it's going. Oh. The labors are few. It's basically what Yahweh Shah was saying. It's like the harvest is the all right, it's plenty. But the laborers are few because our people teach their people who they are, man. You know, you got brothers out there that's teaching, but you got a lot of brothers and shit and adding on and taking away from scriptures, man. So I'm going to read that again. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 9, verse 37. It says, then he said unto his disciples, the harvest is truly plenteous, but the laborers are few. It says, verse 38, pray ye therefore Yahweh harvest that he will send forth laborers into his heart. So, yo, we pray, yo, you supposed to want to see men come out here and stand on these corners and hold the scriptures and teach on, man. And teach them, but you don't want to hear it. until the things, what they say when the shit hits the fan. But once those things happen, you come out here week in and week out telling you these things, man. You know? Switch speeds real quick. This is the book of Job, chapter 18, verse 11. It says, terror shall make him afraid on every side. The family. This is the book of Job, chapter 18 and 9. It says, the jinn shall take him by the hill, and the robber shall prevail against him, man. All right, so who's the robber? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right? And let's get that word jinn. It says bird trap, snare. All right? So the jinn shall take him by the hill, and the robber shall prevail against him, man. All right? So the jinn, those traps are going to take you by the hill. It's going to sneak up on you. All right? Why? Because you're not taking heed to the words of who? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, man. Ba'ashem Chakodash. It says the snare is laid for him in the ground, and the trap for him in the way. Terror shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet. All right? So terror is going to, like, yo, the things that's coming to this place are horrible, man. Terrible. But you have no idea what's coming. But the men of the Lord come out week in and week out, prophesy the downfall of this place, and you still refuse to listen. All right? Matter of fact, we're going to switch speeds, because I'm about to close it up. This is the year of Karagba, so you got to bring out the scriptures and revelation on the RFID microchip. All right? If you're not talking about the RFID microchip being the mark of the beast, you're spreading false information, man. So let me select you. That's the book of Revelations, chapter 13, verse 15. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. So that beast is talking about what? The system. All right, that America patterns itself after. Which America patterns itself after what? The Roman Empire. System that the Roman Jews, the Greek Jews, the Egyptian Jews, basically America patterns itself after that. All right? It says that the beast caused that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So yo, that image, man, you're gonna have that, like I'm telling you, that RFID microchip. And if you don't get that, you ain't gonna be able to buy, sell, or none of that. So you basically gonna have to worship this man for everything. And that's the characteristics of Esau anyway, man. You look at the industry as like the music industry, the entertainment industry, acting, all that shit. You gotta kiss Esau's ass to eat. So now they about to implement this chip, which is gonna make it worse, man. All right? It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, man. All right? So, yo, you got dudes right now in Yasharala. This has always been a heavy topic. Because you got dudes that stumble over it, fumble the ball, and they come out here teaching that it's an embargo. You know, they teach you that it's a philosophy, sleeping with the so-called white woman, got them things you think, brain chips and all that shit. You know, this the year Karagma. But you're about to see this chip be implemented and it's going to be made mandatory. Right now they tricking y'all niggas, man. Like, yo, get this new technology. And Jake love technology, man. Jake love technology. You gotta have the latest this, the latest that. That's how they get you. Because Esau's a cunning, slick motherfucker, man. It said the words of his mouth is smoother than butter, man. Smoother than oil. So they some slick talking motherfuckers, man. That's how they got Eve, man. And they gonna come at the women. So saying he that had the mark of the beast, Salaki, the mark of the name of the beast or the number. And let's get that word mark for you that don't know, but you should know by now. It's Karagma. A stand should say anti-Hamashiach. Anybody that's against the Yahweh Shah, that's an anti-faith, man. Because they against. But it says, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of man. And his number is 636. So that's 666, Kasa stigma. And that's the number of men. Oh. Let's get Zechariah 13 and 8. Starting at verse 8. It says, and it shall come to pass that in Salakia, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. Shall be left therein. So yo, that's talking about what? A lot of death, man. So if you take that RFID microchip, guess what? You mark for death. And that's why the Lord is marking you with that, man. 2/3 of our people gonna take that chip. The elect are not gonna take that chip. You know? They're gonna have better sense than to take it. But that's a whole lot of death, man. Death, destruction coming to America, man. And I guarantee you that I'm putting out here, they say I ain't going to get it. You better possibly outside and he puts the spirit on you to be strong, not to get that shit, man. You know? But y'all about to see now, sign no joke, man. Come out here week in and week out to tell you the same thing over and over and over again. Why? Because our people learn with repetitiveness, man. Yahweh, Yah exists. The name of the son is Yahweh Shah. Yahi, Yahweh Shah, deliverer. And that's the only names that you can call on to be saved from the up and coming calamity. Like the scriptures say, he will have mercy on whom he will, man. You know? And with that, I'm going to say all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Double honors to the